All right, FBG Dutchie, how's it going?
What's poppin', Cam? How you feeling, my guy?
I'm good. Just out here enjoying Chicago, you know?
Nah, that weather out there crazy around this time.
Yeah, I want to come back during the summer. Definitely. Well, let's start from the beginning. What part of Chicago are you from?
I'm from the Woodlawn neighborhood. It's like the borderline between the south and the east side of Chicago.
Okay, and what was it like for you growing up there?
Like any other black kid in America that's from a big city, poverty, gang violence, stuff like that.
Okay. What age was it? At what age did you get involved in the streets?
I jumped in the streets full-fledged when I was like 14 years old.
So at 14, it's pretty young. What was going on at that time that made you want to get involved in the streets?
Shit, it was just like I had to get involved in the streets. It's like if you from Chicago, if you ain't, people will take advantage of you. Or it's not even you just be looked at like a goofball type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a goofy if you ain't in the streets unless you playing sports or something like that. And I'm non-athletic.
So you felt like you were kind of forced into the streets?
Yeah, people, it's not even forced, it's just like this was expected of you. Not from from your parents, but like from your peers and shit like that. Because this is what all my homies was doing anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I interviewed Ruga, and he was telling me about how his brother, before he was involved in the streets, he would just, his brother Scrap, he would get...
Scrap, that's my younger brother. He was basically like me, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to be me because I'm the second to the oldest, you know what I'm saying? He looked up to me. So he was basically like a younger me, but he was just wild, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of feel like he was forced into it, you know what I'm saying? Because of the life that we was living, you know what I'm saying? His big brothers, and it's like he wasn't on nothing. He was playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? But it was like he just still being a kid, just hooping at this gym, you know what I'm saying? But you got people that's into it, you know what I'm saying? And they into it with his brothers and shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like people start shooting at him, you see what I'm saying?
So
He getting shot
people
at.
started shooting at him even though he wasn't...
Just
he
because
was
that's
your
my
brother?
little brother.
Because Ruga was already in it, and,
Yeah.
so he didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, that's how it usually go. You like, wherever you from, even if as a child, wherever you from, wherever you grew up at, that's what everybody gonna look at you as, even if you're not affiliated with nothing. It's just how it is.
So at 14 years old is when you got full-fledged in the streets.
Yeah.
And what changed for you? Like, what was some of the things that you had to go through that, from being like a normal kid to now it's on?
A lot changed. You then have to stop going to school because when you're in the streets, one thing I learned from being in the streets, when you're in the streets, you gotta be in it for real. Because the minute you try to straddle the fence, you will lose your head out here. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta start focusing up on and standing on that business or whatever you're gonna do. So it just make you become a man earlier than what you wanna be. And then you start seeing all your friends dying, people going to jail, getting shot. You start going through that shit, getting shot, going to jail type shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot changed, everything changed.
What was some of the first experiences that you seen, like, that kind of might have affected you? Maybe like a friend going to jail or a friend getting shot?
Shit, it was niggas that was more advanced than me and my homies, them type shit. So they was in the streets when they was already 8, 10 years old doing this shit already type shit. And I was seeing them in and out of the audio and juvenile type shit, detention center type shit. Shit, and I was like 15, I seen my homie get shot in the head. Right then there, it was over.
Wait, you were 15 and you seen your homie get shot in the head?
Yeah.
What happened?
Shit, he was walking from the store. Some niggas came out the alley when he was walking to the store. Some niggas that he knew, they used to stay like around the neighborhood type shit. He said what up to him, and then they got to shoot him. Shot him in the head.
So these were guys that he was friends with?
Nah, they weren't. I wouldn't say they was friends, but one of the guys used to live on our block.
Oh, okay.
Before he started hanging with the ops type shit or whatever the case may be. But he used to live on our block type stuff. Wow. And you wouldn't even expect that out of him because you was getting that. You was just living right here last year. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, how did you say you were?
15.
15 years old, man. How did this affect you at the time?
Um, I was hurt. I mean, I was hurt, especially when I was young. Cause that was when I was young. That's like the first day before anybody started dying. Just one of my friends got shot in the head. I was hurt. That really hurt me bad, deeply type. That was a hurtful feeling.
I mean,
It
yeah.
prepared me for what was coming though.
So that was like the thing that you've seen that kind of like let you know that shit's about to get even worse.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Okay, and so what else? What are some other things that happened after that?
Shit, most shit like that, same type of stuff happened. It's just niggas started dying. And not even my friends type shit. I just started seeing niggas dying I'm going to high school with. You know, man, you be all in our freshman year, 15 stuff. So I'm just start seeing all type of people dying I went to grammar school with. And it's just death. Sooner or later you get numb to it though. You know, like now when people die, you be like, damn, that's fucked up. Let's go on back to the day, you know what I'm saying? Because this was going to happen anyway. It's part of the game.